There's a university at the tip of Africa that's right at the top of its game. It's a place with a proud history and legacy, pulled upwards by a future that will not be tamed.
It brims over with powerful ideas that again and again lead to potent action and real change. Since when? 6 decades long, it's been home to groundbreakers, change makers, planet shakers, and it's still going strong.
It's the home of forward-thinking higher learning, homegrown pride and a story still unfurling. Independent thought which sparks innovation, mindful global citizens and their perpetual liberation.
Today, this is my home, my community, my springboard, my zone. Like iron sharpening iron. Here, my potential is mined, my mind is refined, and my future redefined.
It's our time to learn from our past and our histories, to be the leaders of tomorrow's victories.
It's our time to stand up and step into our light.
To rise with Africa and all the world by our side.
Mic check 1 2 2 2. Mic test 1 2 1 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, our graduands. Our graduation ceremony will commence shortly. And before we do so, we would like to share the following announcements and guidelines with you. In the event of emergency, please remain calm and follow the instructions of the safety officer and ushers. All cell phones and electronic devices should be switched off or placed on silent mode. Lavatory facilities are to your left as you exit the venue. Please refrain from moving towards the stage to take photographs or record the proceedings, as this is disruptive to the event and to other guests and graduands. Photographers are set up in the Student Center should you wish to take a family photo. Refreshments will be provided to you after the ceremony, and the ushers will guide you to where it will be offered. For our graduands, only doctoral graduands are required to have a cap. All other graduands do not require a cap, and should you have one, please leave it at your seat. Doctoral graduands are to keep their caps in their hands and not to wear them until their degrees have been conferred. Graduands, on the back of your seat is your name card that you must present to the Dean when you are at the podium. Make sure that you have your hood and that it is draped over your left arm with the flap to the front. University staff members will indicate when your row should move from your seats towards the podium. You will move to your right from your row. Take your name card and hood with you. Once at the podium, hand your name card to the Dean and stand on the black line that is on the carpet. Once your name is called, collect your card from the Dean and proceed to the Chancellor. Graduand, please kneel with the right knee on the bench in front of the Chancellor or Vice-Chancellor whilst they cap you. A photograph will be taken at this point. Proceed from there to the registrar, who will place the hood on you. Face the audience and then leave the stage. Doctoral graduands, you will then place their caps on their heads. Should there be a graduate with the registrar when you're approaching, please wait in front of the black line on the carpet that is close to the registrar. This will allow the photographers to take the photo of the next graduate who is being capped by the Chancellor. When leaving the stage, go down the stairs, turn right and proceed down the passage where you will receive your certificate or letter of completion. Re-enter the hall from the door on your left on the ground floor and proceed to your seat. University staff will direct you. Graduands, please note that this is an important notice. Once you have had your degree conferred upon, please do not leave the hall with your guests, as it is disrespectful to other graduands, guests, and university officials. You may only leave once the ceremony has been concluded by the Chancellor. The academic procession will enter the hall from the center doorway towards the stage. The audience will be requested to stand and remain standing. The Chancellor will constitute the congregation. We will then sing the national anthem and encourage all to participate. Thereafter, a prayer will be conducted. An indication will be given for you to be seated. At the end of the ceremony, you are requested to stand and remain standing as the academic procession leaves the hall. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being with us today to celebrate the achievements of the graduates.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Can I get the attention of all the graduates quickly, please?
Graduates, guests, can I please have your attention? The academic procession will enter the hall shortly. Just a reminder for our graduates, at the back of your seats or in the front, there is a QR code to join the Alumni Association, if you can please do so. We also ask that once you have received your certificate or your degree has been conferred upon you, please do not leave the hall with your guests. It is very disrespectful to the others. They have celebrated in your celebration, so please remain behind for theirs. With that, please rise for the academic procession.
Good morning, everybody, and a very warm welcome. I declare this congregation of the University of the Western Cape duly constituted. Ndazia Ngoku Semitweni le Ntlangano I University Nchona Kapa. Ek verklaar hierdie vergadering van die Universiteit van die Wes-Kaapland as behoorlik gekonstitueer.
The national anthem will be led by Miss Kaylin Williams, who's the soloist of the UWC Center for the Performing Arts. The university respects and recognizes all faiths, and in an effort to respect the major faiths observed by the UWC community, we have arranged for a spiritual leader from each of these to lead us in prayer on a rotational basis. This morning, we will be led in prayer by Mr. Roderick George.
A very good morning to you. Please let us pray. Almighty God, from whom all blessings flow, we extol your name and we thank you for this graduation ceremony. We thank you for the many who have gathered here today to celebrate the successful completion of the various courses and degrees that will be conferred on these graduates. It is in moments like these that we realize just how far we have traveled and how instrumental your hand has been. We thank you that you have traced our journey, guiding us along and through a myriad of challenges. Yet today, we pause to reflect on your goodness. As we celebrate the achievements of these graduates, we thank you for those who have motivated them along the way. We thank you for those who spoke words of encouragement and often witnessed the frustration and also the successes. And as these graduates walk across the stage, we pray that it would be indicative of them stepping into a new season, that they would break the limitations of the past and embrace the promise of a greater tomorrow. Above all, we pray that they would be conduits of grace, that they would use this qualification not merely to seek their own interests, but to work for the common good of all they encounter. May they carry with them the ethos of UWC, and may their destinies be secured. Now we especially pray for the ceremony and for everyone who will play a pivotal role in its success. May our joy be overflowing. May the tears of accomplishment remind us of the barriers we have broken, and may these moments together find favor in your sight. For this and all other mercies, we so greatly thank you. Amen.
I now call upon the Projects and Campaigns Officer of the SRC, Mr. Kamani Voloki, to address us.
Thank you so much, Prof. I have a new name now, it's Kamani, when it's actually Macintosh. I would like to just take the opportunity to take the moment in, if you would allow me. You know, this is my first time being privileged and having the honor and the opportunity to address at a graduation procession like you, Prof. Balfour. And as tradition, what I normally do if it is my first time, I call my mom. And strange enough, I called her again today. And I told her that, Mom, look, I'm going to be addressing or delivering an address at the graduation procession. Can I have some word of advice? And she said, okay, Mtana, I'll give you these 4 instructions. Look smart, sound smart, smile, and don't embarrass me. So within the time that we have here together, I'm going to try my utmost best to not violate that 4th rule, to embarrass the Kasembe name. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whichever part of the day your heart is currently in. To the Vice Chancellor, Professor Robert Balfour, to the Chancellor in absentia, Mr. Thabo Makgopa, DVCs, Professor Khala, Professor Matete Matiba in absentia, and Prof. Jose France, to the Executive Directors, Mr. Mani Rigal and Mr. Magita, Deans of our esteemed faculty, members of Council, and the ever-resilient Student Representative Council that is led by the President and the Secretary General. And rather importantly, the very reason this hall is filled with pride, with joy, and a few hidden tears behind these graduation gowns, our graduates and their families. You know, before I speak and get into the context of today, I want to speak of achievement, and I want to speak of elevation, and I want to speak of gratitude. Because days like these don't magically just come together with confetti and certificates, no. They come together rather because of the people that are behind the scenes, who probably haven't slept for days. They're printing certificates, they're organizing the logistics, they're fixing the sound and the lighting, and ensuring that this place is as clean as ever, and ensuring that your name isn't mispronounced, well, I hope, and ensuring that this hall looks as glorious as your dreams. So I want to take this opportunity to say that from the graduation office, to student administration, to institutional advancement, to metro cleaning services that bear home for our mothers and fathers who make sure that the space is as clean enough for our ancestors to feel welcomed in. I ask you to please help me give them a huge round of applause. Today, it's not just a celebration, it's a testament, a living, breathing, heart-thumping testament of what today means and what it means to rise. Not just academically, but spiritually, emotionally, politically, and historically. I stand before you today as someone who was raised by an unemployed mother and a father who works from dusk to dawn. I am the product of 5 siblings, 1 home, 2 stoves, and a whole lot of faith. So when I speak of this belt that you wear here today, this graduation regalia, I don't speak of it as decoration. I speak of a reward that has been earned through silent sacrifices, the unknown battles, the sleepless nights which were powered by nothing but sheer will and faith. And maybe 2-minute noodles too. Can you allow me to be honest for this moment? Can you allow me the space to communicate a message that I feel is very deserving of this moment? This is something I consider not to be by luck or chance that you will walk into this very stage with your belt on, but it is a testament. And in times of testaments, I find it very necessary to be honest to each and every student sitting here today and what it meant for you to be sitting here today. So I want to start by saying the following. There is a central question that I ask you to carry out in this auditorium today. And the question is this: what is a future worthy of South Africa's potential? Maybe let me rephrase that. What is a future worthy of Africa's potential? You see, this degree that you receive today is not just a scroll, it's a key. It's a key to a door that leads to an entire cinematic theater of opportunity. Yes, the drama, the plot twists, the rising action, but hopefully also your impact and your success. And let's be honest, the reality is quite harsh. We live in an economy today where youth unemployment sits like an elephant in the room. The last time I checked the stats, it was about approximately 40% just by the narrow definition of youth unemployment. That's not just a stat, ladies and gentlemen. That is your cousin, that is your family, that is your friend, and maybe even tomorrow, it could even be you. So let us be bold enough to say this. We must not only get jobs, we must create these jobs. We must build these ecosystems of opportunity. We must elevate. And in elevating, I ask that we never forget to lift as we rise. I want to say this to everyone in the room as clearly as I can. The true test of this generation is not just to be educated and graduate, no. Although that's important. It's not merely to get employment and a suitable salary, although that's some form of relief. And it's definitely not just to wax lyrical and throw a good one and say, Mama, I made it. Although Casper did a good one there. Shout out to Casper. But I think the true test of this generation will be to build a network of opportunity, not only for yourselves, but also for the next generation, so that we may graduate with the affirmative assumption that our brothers and sisters of the next generation can be told that we were brave enough to build businesses, schools of thoughts, and legacy projects that give that generation employment opportunities that will allow them to continue where we left off. That is the true test and the assignment of our generation. It's simply to economically liberate the masses of our people and to do it with some level of style. It is simply to lift as we rise, to build for others and not just ourselves. You know, my father has this thing every time we drive on a Sunday, and he's tuned into Wilson Binkosi on Metro FM. I know there's Wilson Binkosi lovers. You know Metro FM 9 to 12. There's something about Wilson Binkosi that he does every time he links in radio. And you know that piano that plays? It's Metro FM, it's Wilson Binkosi 9 to 12. And what my father does is he gradually reduces the volume. And when he reduces the volume, I know that he turns into a philosopher. And he says this to me: my son, never ever forget where you come from. He says it with that tone, you know, that deep, reflective voice of God-like tone. And the older that I get, the more that I realize that it's not just a reminder, it's a compass. Your origin is your anchor. So as you elevate, as a scholar, as a leader, as a future CEO, as a scientist, artist, or even politician, remember the trees that shaded you, the streets that taught you, the people who believed in you even when you didn't believe in yourself. So as we stand at this unforgettable junction between what is memory and what is ambition, between what has been and what is yet to come, I want to leave you with these three very important things. Not just quotes as your Instagram captions, but as principles that you will carry out into every boardroom, brainstorm, and bold decision that you will make in future. Here's the first thing that I want to say. The future of the youth is not tomorrow. It is now. This narrative that is being perpetuated that you are the future of a generation, you are the future of this country, it is lies. Rather, as an argument, I say that the future of the youth is not tomorrow. It is rather now. And we've been told for decades, young people are the leaders of tomorrow. But let me ask you the central question. How long is this tomorrow going to take to arrive? Because the issues that we face, from climate change to inequality to unemployment and a lack of innovation, they're not waiting, they're happening now. You're not the future of leadership, you are the current solution. The world cannot afford for us to wait our turn anymore, unfortunately, and we must take our turn. We must be bold enough to say, I'm not preparing for change, I am the change. So whatever you're starting, whether you're starting your own business, teaching in a rural school, you're entering government, medicine, or even the creative industry, act with some level of urgency and let your excellence interrupt stagnation. Here's the second thing that I want to say to you. Elevate with the intent to never forget those who built the pedestal for you. Now, as you rise, and believe me, you will, do not develop spiritual amnesia. Do not forget the streets that you walk, these classrooms with broken windows, the teachers who paid for your printing out of their own pockets, and the aunt who sent you 100 Rand every month, or the cleaner on campus who prayed each and every day for your final exams. That is your umbilical cord. That is your home. And when we talk about lifting as you rise, we're not talking about charity, we're talking about duty. It's about making sure that your rise becomes a bridge for others to walk on. So your degree today must translate rather into freedom, not only for you, but for someone whose name you will never know. So remember to reach back, open those doors, to give back to the villages and the townships and the forgotten places that first gave you your light. Here's the third thing that I want to share with you today. Start building legacies beyond what this graduation day can give you. You know, this moment, as special as it is, and believe me, it is, it's not the summit, it's just the springboard. Don't let your legacy be the fact that you graduated. Rather, let it be the fact of asking yourself the question of what will you do with your education? We don't remember Steve Biko for his law degree. No, we remember him for what he did with it. We don't remember or respect Walter Sisulu in the business world that he was involved in, but rather we respect him for his business knowledge within the liberation struggle. We don't celebrate Nelson Mandela for his graduation. We celebrate him for how he transformed a country. So start today. Build, innovate, speak up. Create that startup, that NPO, apply for that funding, mentor someone, write that book, challenge the system, and be the one who doesn't just pass through history, but be the one who makes it. Because what you do after this moment is what will echo for generations. You're not just a graduate without a story. You're a graduate who has lived through historical depth. You're that graduate who has cried over academic exclusions and rejections, but also rejoiced over those small wins. You're that graduate who has experienced profound loss and still showed up to write exams, having to submit death certificates as proof in your residence appeal to be accepted for rest within the academic year. You are that graduate who has battled anxiety, depression, imposter syndrome, and constantly visiting CSSS. You are that graduate who has attended class with just 1 gigabyte of data left and prayed that the Wi-Fi could hold out just long enough for you to submit your assignment. And still, you made it. So as I conclude, I would like to share a story of one of the greatest leaders of our time, a true pioneer and a global icon, Utatu Nelson Mandela, as we would all know him. And Nelson Mandela once said this, and referencing his voice, no disrespect intended, he said this, within the liberation struggle, it always seems impossible until it is done. And while we may know that quote all too well, printed on posters, it's stitched into our throw pillows, and it's etched into our memories, there's something far more powerful that doesn't often make it into the headlines. You know, during the darkest days of the armed struggle, when the sun of liberation seemed to set before it could ever rise, these soldiers of freedom under the shadows and fear was the currency of the time. Utatu Madiba, even then, was speaking of a liberated South Africa. Picture this for a moment. Young comrades hurtled into safe houses, exiled from their families, often hungry and uncertain if they'd even make it through the night. And in the middle of that uncertainty, Mandela would speak not of survival, no. He spoke of freedom, of a South Africa where all children, black or white, could learn together, of a land where the dignity of all was upheld. At a time when hope itself felt like a political offense, he dared to believe in us. He dared to plant the seeds of freedom in a season of despair. That is the true courage of Nelson Mandela, not just in his walk to the Union buildings, but in his whispers of freedom when the world around him was screaming otherwise. And I want you to know this. Your graduation day is not so different from that moment. No, you're not holding a rifle in the bush, yes, but you've been in a battle against the doubt they told you you're not smart enough, a battle against late nights and early mornings, a battle against registration blocks, the NSFAS appeals, the financial exclusions, the depression, the grief, the load shedding, and the high cost of hope. You, like those young freedom fighters, have dared to dream of liberation. Liberation from generational poverty, from the barriers of marginalization, and from the lie that said your future was predetermined and pre-written before you were even born. So today, your cap and your gown are your uniform of victory. Your graduation is your freedom charter. Your degree is your declaration of independence. So do me a favor. When you walk across the stage, do it like a comrade crossing the river of struggle into the land of possibility. Because just like Utatu Madiba, even when everything and everyone told you it was impossible, you did it anyway. Do not go back. That's what the old ones tell us, because when you've walked this far, through mud and fire, through the hunger and the heartbreak, the only direction left is forward. And forward, I ask us to move on. Aluta continua. The struggle for a free, equitable, and decolonized education system continues. But for now, we celebrate in your glory. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you so much for the conversation that I've just had with you. And thank you so much for the space. I thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the president of the SRC, Macintosh Kasembe. Thank you so much. Vice Chancellor, you may address us.
Can we ask the ushers please to allow in the latecomers? Ushers, please allow in the latecomers. make a start. Everybody, good morning, good morning. Please can we settle? I think the last of our guests have taken their seats. Thank you very much for everyone's patience. Mr. Kasembe, thank you very much for an inspirational address that I hope members of our audience, the ones particularly who could not come in earlier, will be able to access nonetheless in the course of the day. So a very good morning and a warm welcome to you. I'm Prof. Robert Balfour, I'm the Vice Chancellor, and I want to acknowledge as special guests this morning on the stage our members of council present, members of our University Executive Committee, deans of faculties and their representatives, our president and members of our SRC, all staff and colleagues of UWC, a very warm welcome, distinguished guests, parents, families, friends, all the loved ones gathered here, and most importantly, our graduates whom we're celebrating today. It's a moment that is both an ending and a beginning, and I think our SRC president rightfully alluded to the graduation moment as the start of a journey rather than only the culmination of many years of hard work and achievement. It's an acknowledgement of your persistence, indeed. It's also an acknowledgement of your future promise. And the ceremony this morning holds a special place for me. This is also my first graduation ceremony today. Not my first round at the rodeo, as some colleagues would say sometimes. But I took office as Vice Chancellor in January, and the first few months have been a deeply humbling and very energizing experience at UWC. I don't honestly think there's been one day on which I've been bored in the job. And as I reflect on the many journeys that have brought us together this morning, my journey, your journey, our institution's journey together, I framed my message around a theme, which is very much in alignment with our SRC President's theme, and it's all about rising beyond the limits. Much like Benedict Anderson's concepts of imagined communities, UWC is also an imagined space. It's more than a physical space. It's more than one classroom or one student. It's the broad collective of all of us who are seeking our freedom through knowledge. It's the broad collective of everyone here who desires to contribute to that pathway, that journey of learning that we are celebrating with you today. And it is an imaginary journey. In as much as we think about communities as being natural, in as much as we think about family units being defined in particular ways, we have to acknowledge that the imagination we bring to being together often influences how we interact, what our hopes and aspirations are, how we see success, how we consider failure. In this year, we will host 12 ceremonies like this one over 6 days. Across the ceremonies, we will confer degrees and certificates in recognition of your work. Some 4,477 graduates will cross the stage this year or be acknowledged. It's inclusive of 87 doctoral degrees, and when you see the students crossing the stage in their blue gowns, those are our doctoral degrees. 718 honors degrees, 298, almost 300 master's degrees, 379 postgraduate diplomas, and a really wonderful 2,983 undergraduate degrees. What a wonderful achievement for this imagined community. Let's give all of us a big round of applause. It is our belief in you that one graduate at a time, one person at a time, a whole destiny can be changed. A whole community can be transformed. And in that sense, you are not only, as the President had noted in his speech, not only the symbol of what is to come, but the possibility of action in the present. I would like to acknowledge the many individuals who've played a role in your lives as graduates. To our academic staff, we realize this is much a labor of love in as much as it is a form of employment. You've been an integral part of the journey of each graduate here today. Thank you and congratulations to you as supervisors and members of staff who have accompanied our students along the way. To our professional, administrative, and service staff who help make all of this possible for us, thank you also for your efforts in supporting the academic project. Without you, that project's scope of imagination would be so much more limited, and the work in maintaining our beautiful campus, keeping our facilities up to date, and ensuring that UWC is both a place of pride and a place of belonging is thanks to the collective efforts of our staff. I also want to give you a round of applause. Thank you. And then to the parents gathered here, to the loved ones gathered here, friends, the whole support teams that have made the journey of our successful graduates come true today. You've not only helped to nurture, but you've also helped to shape the people who we are celebrating. And so in your lives too, this is a wonderful achievement and we recognize it together. Thank you very much. It is true that our country is facing a very difficult juncture economically. Globally, we are facing a series of questions that we thought had been answered decades ago, which now resurface around exclusion, around forms of migration that are occasioned by conflict, about forms of hatred that we thought had passed. Now they resurface in our lives and across our globe, and we are confronted anew with very serious challenges that need the most brightest and hopeful of our minds to come together, to redefine what is valuable, to talk about what it means to belong rather than what it means to be excluded, to affirm our humanity as people together, to affirm our commitment to an economy that cherishes the environment, that acknowledges that we are not independent from the land. We are of the soil, we are of matter, and to that we return. Although UWC is featured strongly in terms of global recognition, you will know that, for example, we are ranked 5th in South Africa for our medical and health sciences. In law, we are ranked 6th. And in the top 300 of the universities globally we feature, although these are all amazing achievements in their own right, none of them would have been possible without you as graduates. None of them would have been possible without our researchers, our colleagues, and our staff, all collectively working towards that effort. So the recognition of your achievement, the recognition of UWC's place is important, but it is never static. It needs new work every day, new energy every day, new commitment every day. We want also to be recognized as that university where what we do makes a difference not only in your lives, but also in the lives of the communities around our institution. And that's why, for example, when our mobile dental clinic visits Gugulethu and we begin those visits again, we celebrate it together. When we place our students in their clinical placements and trials and our education students in schools, we celebrate together that community impact we are having, not only in our programs, but also in the lives of the people that we meet. We bring that combination not only of oral health care, but also education to the very communities that are most excluded from the benefits of those services in our society. So in public service, we recognize this imaginary of the university, not as an isolated campus, not as an enclave. What did they call it? A tower of ivory tower. Not as an ivory tower, but as a place that matters to people beyond the institution as much as it matters to the members of the institution. That's why, for example, we are also committing in this year to reducing our electricity costs through a sustainable approach to solar energy. Why we've committed in past years to a sustainable approach to water provision through our water plant on the campus. Why we have committed to a presence in Belleville CBD. Why we've committed to a presence in Woodstock, areas that are on the risk, at risk of being characterized by unaccountable levels of crime and criminality, in which we have placed ourselves as a symbol of hope, as a beacon of light, and also a social and lived reality with which we think our students need to be familiar, need to be engaged with. We bring technology home in terms of the learning that every student has engaged with, but we are also deeply aware of the many challenges that we have as institution in our efforts to showcase our expertise, in our efforts to bring expertise from the campus to the community and keep that cycle of engagement virtuous, ignited, and passionate. We must acknowledge, as Haruki Murakami once observed, that the walls that we build to shape our places also shape how people interact with our places. At UWC, our newly developed spaces and our spaces that are on their way to being refurbished, we want to become those kind of spaces that invite people in, encourage engagement and community development. In my guiding theme today about rising beyond the limits, going beyond the campus, going to define new forms of community, I want to speak to you directly about overcoming the challenges of unemployment. And at the same time of keeping in mind the necessary balance between work and family and personal hardship while studying. We know well what those challenges have meant to you, and we remain supportive in all your efforts, both as undergraduate graduates and also as potential postgraduate students, in your continued commitment to the capacity of knowledge to generate ideas of freedom that matter, practices of freedom that are genuinely enabling. As Helen Keller once said, although our world is full of suffering, it is also full of examples of overcoming it. Now more than ever, our country needs leaders who are grounded in principle and integrity and who ask difficult questions about accountability to our citizens and who are willing to act not in private interest, but in the interests of a public and a common good. As Jacques Rancière reminds us, always remember the risk, the promise of giving voice to those who have been marginalized is that you have to act, in an inclusive way. So success is not your own. It's because we collectively have believed in you. And it is in that spirit of we the collective, that Ubuntu spirit, that we recognize that we can do very little alone, but so much more together as people committed to a set of values, committed to a set of principles that are about upliftment, about integrity, justice, and equality. So I would like to appeal to you, please stay connected with UWC as your home. Don't pull the ladder up behind you as you exit the institution, but create opportunities for those who are coming after you to also have the opportunity to be with us, to study with us, and to learn with us. To the class of 2025, a hearty and warm congratulations. Go forward and continue to rise above your limits. Thank you very much. An item of new music will now be rendered by Miss Kaylin Williams. Thank you very much, Kaylin. By the power vested in me, I shall now admit the candidates who are presented to me and the candidates who are not able to attend the ceremony to degrees, diplomas, and certificates of the university, and I call upon the Dean to commence with the reading of the names.
Vice Chancellor, the candidate Oladele Peter Adehenloye will be presented to you by Dr. Teddy Sakopapa.
The study by Oladele Adehanloye examines the role of religion in conflict transformation within the religiously diverse context of northern Nigeria through a qualitative case study of the Nigeria Baptist Convention. It explores the various strategies and approaches employed by the Nigeria Baptist Convention to address and mitigate ethno-religious conflicts in northern Nigeria in recent times. The study found that diverse interventions and approaches have been employed to address ethno-religious conflicts. The findings of the study indicate a need for innovative approaches to addressing ethno-religious conflict in ways that foreground dialogue, inclusivity, while recognizing religious diversity. The study therefore recommends a transformative ecumenical ecclesiology as a theological framework for conflict transformation.
Vice-Chancellor, I request you to confer the degree Doctor of Philosophy on Oladele Peter Aden-Lawyer. Vice-Chancellor, the candidate Donald Ross Anderson will now be introduced to you by Professor Conradi.
Reverend Ross Anderson presided at the packed evening worship service at St. James Church, Kenilworth on 25 July 1993, when UPLA operatives attacked congregants, killing 11 persons and maiming many more. The media widely condemned the attack and praised Caesar for the pastoral response to victims and perpetrators alike. 30 years later, Anderson revisits the trauma of that event. He explores the assumptions on church and society that were embedded in Caesar's responses, also in its submission to the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. While Caesar prides itself on being evangelical and orthodox, Anderson finds fault lines in its dominant theology. It is less reformed in orientation than it claims to be. Anderson's title, Attacking St. James Church, is therefore ambiguous and deeply self-critical.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to request that you confer the degree Doctor of Philosophy on Donald Ross Anderson. Vice-Chancellor, the candidate Jessica Glazier will now be introduced to you by Professor D. Culpin.
In her thesis, entitled Apocalypse, a study of myth and archetype in the novels of Calixte Bayala, Jessica Glazier examines the novels of the Franco-Cameroonian writer Calixte Bayala and demonstrates how the character's worldview is built around three archetypes: lost paradise, exile, and paradise regained. Surprisingly, given Bayala's skepticism about Christianity, these archetypes are drawn principally from biblical myths such as the flood and the virgin birth. Using Jungian psychology as a paradigm, Glaser also shows that the novels are peopled by archetypal characters, such as the barren woman and the absent father, whose lives are dominated by the presence of apocalypse, seen as a revelation opening the way to a heaven on earth from which suffering and injustice are banished.
Vice-Chancellor, I request you to confer the degree Doctor of Philosophy on Jessica Glaser. Vice-Chancellor, the candidate Mtobeli Mankai will now be introduced to you by Professor Russell Kashula.
Mr. Mtobeli Mankai's thesis title is an evaluation of isiXhosa home language orthography of grade 12 learners in selected secondary schools. Olu phando lujongene kunye nokusetyenziswa kwesiXhosa ezikolweni zethu apha eNtshona Kapa. This study aimed to evaluate isiXhosa home language orthography of grade 12 learners in selected secondary schools. The research sites for this study were 8 selected secondary schools from 4 education districts of the Western Cape province. 2 secondary schools were visited from each district, namely Metro East, South, North, and Central. Findings reveal that learners are confronted by challenges and mistakes when they are writing transactional text. These errors and mistakes include errors in subject-verb agreement, capitalization, errors in pronouns, spelling, auxiliary verbs, errors in inflection, errors in colloquialism, errors in deletion of letters, letter misselection, and errors in sentences. Mr. Mankai makes a number of recommendations, including specific curriculum changes. Thank you.
Vice-Chancellor, I request you to confer the degree Doctor of Philosophy on Mtobeli Mankai. By Professor Conradi.
The need for a global ethic is expressed in documents emerging from the Parliament of World Religions 1993 and in the Earth Charter of 2000. Peace on earth is only possible through dialogue across religious and cultural divides. A global ethics captures the outcomes of such dialogues. Given debates on globalization, Matenda, however, raises the question how global such a proposed global ethic actually is. He puts this to the test by describing the moral directives offered by community leaders in the Tswishawane district in Zimbabwe, now plagued by illegal gold mining, and in Delft, where he has been living of late. He develops a complex map of moral concepts that are at play in such discourses. This invites a mutually critical conversation between a global ethic and what may be termed a local ethic.
Vice-Chancellor, I request you to confer the degree Doctor of Philosophy on Job Matenda. Vice-Chancellor, the candidate Charlize Wall will now be introduced to you by Professor Wittenberg.
The doctoral thesis of Charlize examines key works by the South African author Zoe Wickham, rereading them as engagements with the country's traumatic apartheid past. The thesis argues that Wickham creates pictures in words, shedding light on the traumatic struggles of people in apartheid and post-apartheid settings, and that such ekphrastic descriptions of visual media can make inner states visible. Such explicitly visual moments in the fictions include references to photographs, works of art, and sculptures, but also hallucinations, dreams, or visions. These moments in the fictions do not only point to historic traumas and acts of violence against black bodies, but are themselves narrated in a broken, dismembered, and discontinuous way, thereby staging a collapse of language. The thesis argues that Zoe Wickham's works of fiction consistently explore correspondences between literature and various visual media, and that this is one of the hallmarks of her authorship.
Vice-Chancellor, I request you to confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on Charlize Wall. Vice-Chancellor, the candidate Gabriel Nonde Simongala will be presented to you by Dr. Lynn Mafofo.
The study for Mr. Simongala explored how multilingualism and multiculturalism are represented in the socio-cultural narratives and histories of public memory spaces in northern Zambia. Employing an ethnographic methodology, the research finds that the material culture of multilingualism and multiculturalism are socially structured and influenced by the broader socio-cultural and political dynamics stemming from the colonial legacy. Labels and descriptions of artifacts predominantly favor English, and the exhibited materials often connect to colonial Europe and missionary activities. This situation amplifies the discourses of colonial heritage, contributing to the erasure and marginalization of local material culture, histories, and voices. The study concludes that spaces of public memory continue to serve as arenas of colonial power and control over memory, thus depriving local communities of the opportunity to honor their cultural heritage.
Vice-Chancellor, I request you to confer the degree Doctor of Philosophy on Gabriel Nonde Simungala. Vice-Chancellor, I now request you to confer the degree Master of Arts on the following candidates: Ahmad Adams, Donika Alice, Jerome Kutsier, Leona Conradi,
Thank you so much.
Amir Edwards, Jade Engel, cum laude, cum laude. Kalen Fredericks, cum laude. Mohammed Gaby, cum laude. Babawa Ganya, Catherine Glende, cum laude. Lauren Lee Isaacs, cum laude. Tamzin Jafter, Tamzin Jafter. Rosny Jansen. Jacina January. Yola Kamteni, cum laude. Nawej Kanyimbu. Lonelle Louise, magna cum laude. Senzo Makaleni. Samuel Answer. Romario Cluti. Tsepiso Gabontone. Zena Hendricks, cum laude. Anisa Hussein. Wendy Lou Johnson. Kathleen Kell. Sianda Kobokana. Sisipo Ngadala. Vice-Chancellor, I request you to confer the degree Master of Library and Information Studies on the following candidates. Yanga Levy. Gerald Lowe. Jade Thwaites. Vice-Chancellor, I request you to confer the degree Bachelor of Arts Honours on the following candidates. Brooke Aladef. Cum laude. Sky Bailey, cum laude. Willisha Bennett, cum laude. Tamron Bimbre, cum laude. Vice-Chancellor, the candidate will be invested by her mom, Dr. Portia Bimbre. Shantae Carlisser, cum laude. Sinotando Feleza, cum laude. Nasima Hanif, cum laude. Kotha Isaacs, cum laude.
My other mom, which is Dr. Makapela. Sorry? My mom, which is Dr. Makapela, calling this one. She requested it. Dr. Makapela. Makapela is going to invest. John, please.
Leletu Jampetu, cum laude. And she will be invested by Dr. Mokopela. Congratulations. Yasmina Ali Yahya. Suhaima Ali. Majid. Majid Al-Mahidi. Brittany Andrews. Kisha Aronsa. Congratulations. Warren Bester. Leona Brown. Karistine Canary. Congratulations. Samkeliwe Tele. Okay. Nina Rose Clark. Abu Talib Davids. Nashira Davids. Kanyisa Dumke. Sandisiwe Diasi. Salih Iso. Congratulations, stand on the black mat. Tyron Ferreira. Seth Geisman. Congratulations and free Palestine. Siraj Giri. Anati Kavu. Nosipo Kekwa. Tristan Hammond. Kezia Heckrath. Congratulations, stand on the black mat. Karen Hector. Congratulations. Kristen Hendrickson. Tristan Hendricks. Congratulations, stand on the black mat. Ivan Hirwa. On the black. Kanyisa Hoko. Congratulations. Mika Jackson. Paul Camise. Congratulations on the black mat. Bibi Carter. Amanda Koto. Congratulations, stand on the black mat. It's Rachel Kruger. Rachel Kruger. Congratulations, stand on the black mat. And Annelisa Kunene. Annelisa Kunene. On the black mat. Michaela Lamb. Congratulations on the black mat. Verdon Laws. Congratulations. Tiamo Lisecha. Marlise McKenzie. Siabonga Makatini. Maxine Mayer. Jason Poole. Vice-Chancellor, I request you to confer the degree Bachelor of Arts on the following candidates. Elam Jacobs. Magna cum laude.
Please don't forget my cum laude.
Sorry about that. Nathira Albertine, cum laude. Valentina Bantam, cum laude. Shantae Burnham, cum laude. Lisa Cilliers, cum laude. Amore Corizon, cum laude. Culin Davids, cum laude. Amy George, cum laude. Carla Groenendaal, cum laude. Mumtaz Karim, cum laude. Anjali Kurt, cum laude. Zimasa Kunene, cum laude. Kim Laguma, cum laude. Tepiso Letsuale, cum laude. Shaquille Abrahams. Wade Abrahams. Congratulations. Emily Adams. Camilla Adams. Congratulations. Leighton Adams. Lorraine Adams. Nikita Adams. Sharice Adams. Washila Adams. Congratulations. Samara Albertine. Congratulations on the black mat. Kauthar Ali. Congratulations. Bushle Apleni. Congratulations, sweetheart. Akifa Aronsa. Brittany Aronsa. Kiara Aronsa.
My name is Evan Aronsa.
Evan Aronsa. Evan Aronsa. Congratulations. Mikhail Aronsa. Congratulations. Davonicia August. Congratulations. Avuzwa Badiana. Avuzwa Badiana. Congratulations on the black mat. Curtly Bailey. Curtly Bailey. Congratulations, Somila Bagajana. Sophie Baloy. Congratulations, Onika Bamba. Onika Bambata. Congratulations. Jade Bartus. Congratulations. Zak Basir. Zakra Basir. Congratulations, Khadija Bachelor. Khalija Bachelor. Congratulations on the black. Samkelisiwe Bavuma. Congratulations. Sabra Benjamin. Congratulations. Daniela Bennett. Anesipo Benya. Congratulations, Free Palestine. Shumishka Besman. Shumishka Besman. Jamie Bucas. Congratulations. Verushka Bucas. Congratulations. Wandile Bijla. Congratulations. Thank you. Tabisa Bikaula. Tabisa Bikaula. Congratulations. Kulani Bila.
Yes, ma'am.
Kulani Bila. Congratulations. Kusasi Lish. Kusase Lishle Biela. Sanya Blankenberg. On the mic. Talon Blom. Congratulations.
Iviwe Bojana.
Iviwe Bojana. Congratulations. Kisakazi Boy. Sakina Booley. Zara Booley. Whitney Boyson. Whitney Boyson. Is it Michelle? Michelle Bowers. Congratulations. Bushle Boyce. Bushle Boyce. Congratulations. Zinkle Breakfast. Zinkle Breakfast. Labika Brenner. Congratulations on the black man. Tony Brickles. Congratulations. Lindy Brown. Kiara Brainders. Jordan Bub. Renee Bookies. Pernille Bush. Zita Base. Anissa Canham. Janae Canham. Rhonda Carlser. Gabrielle Cavanierlis. Ashley Cedrus. Congratulations, Mbali Kele. Mbali Kele. Uzair Charles. On the black. Ayanda Chaso. Katekani Chauke. Ntatisi Chere. Caleb Cherry. Caleb Cherry. Annelise Kola. Annelise Kola. Isandro Clausen. On the black mat. Wyatt Clausen. On the black mat. Dale Clark. And on the black mat. Lihano Cleophas. Alexis Clutie. Congratulations on the black mat. Sorry, okay. Renee Clutie. On the black mat, please. Is it Kur? Renisha Kurt. On the black mat, please. Stand on the black mat. Is it Kia? Kia Cooper. Congratulations on the black mat. Keon Cornelson. Lisa Cupido. On the black mat. Shirlene. Shirlene Cupido. Shirlene Cupido. Congratulations on the black mat. Tamia Dambula. Please, congratulations. Kaylin Danielle. Congratulations on the black mat. Is it Danielle? Nikita Daniel. Ilka Daniels. Kotha Daniels. Huda Davids. Congratulations. Lauren Davids. Nikita Davids. Congratulations. Tashnika Davids. Congratulations. Xavier? Xavier Davids. Robin De Beer. Congratulations. Renelda De Souza. Renelda De Souza. Congratulations. Mikhail De Villiers. Mikhail De Villiers. Congratulations. Okushle Dekeda. Maseko Dichabe. Claudia Dixon. Congratulations. Nomashlubi Dike. Sishle Dingela. Nonfobe Diniso. Congratulations. Lungelo Tlamini. Congratulations. Queen Dlamini. Wonderboy Dlamini. Congratulations. Dodgen? Leah Dodgen. Sarah Dupka. Zara Dorfland on the black mark. Congratulations. And free Palestine. Zara Dorfland. Congratulations. Dos Santos. Tanisha Dos Santos. Congratulations. Keegan Traden. Congratulations. Rolene Dreyer. Congratulations. Thank you. Kayla Duplessis. Kayla Duplessis. Congratulations, Babalo Dubas. Babalo Dubase. Congratulations. Spiwe Dube. Congratulations, Azola Duma. Azola Duma. Congratulations, Brandy Duma. Brandy Duna. Congratulations. Vuyole to do toi. Zianda Duze.
Congratulations. Lekit Singh Dianti.
Can I call out my mother?
Lekit Singh Dianti. Lekit Singh Dianti. Congratulations. Huda Ibrahim. Congratulations, Free Palestine. Mohammed Idris. Congratulations on the black mat. Salem Ellis. Congratulations, Zoe Engelbrecht. Zoe Engelbrecht. Congratulations. Kiara Erasmus. Congratulations. Siamtanga Faku. Siamtanda Faku. Congratulations, Bongiwe Fakude. Bongiwe Fakude. Congratulations, Nomonde Fakude. Nomonde Fakude. Congratulations. Justin February. Congratulations. Megan Falar. Congratulations. Tatum Ferguson. Congratulations, Lucia Fisher. On the black mat. Lucia Fisher. Congratulations on the black mat. Timothy Fisher. Congratulations on the black mat. Zoe Florence. Zoe Florence. Congratulations, Siabonga Kokwini on the black mat. Siabonga Fokweni. Congratulations.
Pronounce K.
K.
Just K.
K. Fortain on the black mat. K. Fortain. Congratulations, Keishal Fransman. Keishal on the black mat. Keishal Fransman. Congratulations, Bushra Hamza. Hamza on the black mat. Bushra Hamza. Congratulations, Basadi Khafodisi. Basadi Khafodisi. Congratulations. Ayaka Kebuza. Ayaka Kebuza. Congratulations. Akama. Good. No, not the middle name.
Akama
Goduka. Akama Goduka. Congratulations. Melissa Goody. Melissa Goody. Congratulations, Abigail Golden. Abigail Golden. Congratulations, Nika Goliath. Nika Goliath. Congratulations, Iona Bongota. Ayona Gongota. Congratulations, Roshan.
Roshan Khosa.
Roshan Khosa. Roshan Khosa. Congratulations, Razan Granger. Razan Granger. Congratulations.
Gushman, not Gashman.
Buko Bengosi.
Bengosi. Yeah, Gushman. Bengosi. Thank you so much.
Buko Bengosi Gushman. Mishle Guchungwa. Congratulations. Mishle Kowa. Yes. Bushle Kowa. Congratulations. Yondela Hamna. Yondela Hamna. Congratulations. Olwetu Hangana. Olwetu Hangana. Congratulations. Zoe Hartman. Zoe Hartman. Congratulations. Amy Henderson. Amy Henderson. Congratulations. Alanis Hendricks. Sadika Hendricks. Congratulations, Shakira Henry. Shakira Henry. Congratulations. Sorry?
Can you just read that? I will investify.
It's Faith Hollenbach. Faith Hollenbach, who will be invested by her sister, Kaylin Hollenbach. Haneen Holiday. Haneem Holiday. Lilita Holomis. Lilita Holomisa. Congratulations, Nicole Holzhausen. Congratulations. Nicole Holzhausen. Congratulations, Aviwe Hombile. Aviwe Hombile. Congratulations, Farah Hussain. Farah Hussain. Congratulations. Ikiekanam. Yada Ikiekanam. Mishka Isaacs. Congratulations, Renee Isaacs. Congratulations. Tasmia Isaacs. Tasmia Isaacs. Congratulations, Gabby Jackson on the black mat. Gabby Jackson. Congratulations, Akila Jacobs on the black mat. Akila Jacobs. Thank you, Courtney Jacobs. Courtney Jacobs. Congratulations, Dominic Jacobs on the black. Dominique Jacobs.
Congratulations, Jamie Jacobs.
Jamie Jacobs.
Congratulations on Sipokazi Jacobs.
Sipokazi Jacobs.
Congratulations, Kwenga Jama.
Kwenga Jama.
Congratulations, Vaughn. Vogan. Are you playing with me?
I'm not playing.
You're not playing. January.
Vogan January.
Xavier January.
Xavier. not
Xavier.
Anton.
Xavier.
But it says
No, it's Xavier. The other one is mine.
Xavier January. K January.
Congratulations. Uthman.
Uthman January.
Congratulations.
Shayna Jafta.
Congratulations, Tyler Jafta. Of course, I knew that.
Tyler Jafta.
Congratulations.
Kaylin Jeffries. Kelly Johnson. Tegan Johnson.
Congratulations, yes. Sibele James. You can say.
Zibele Jonas. Shanine Jonas. Alyssa Ann Juester.
Liam Alex Wester.
Liam Juester.
Can you do it for me? And I need to go to the toilet. Thank you.
Dominique Joshua. Embeth Yobert. Leslie Julies. Jamie Judies. Skylar Kalamdin. Guguletu Kalashe. Mumisa Kama.
Eves Kamanzi. Eves Kamanzi.
Eves Kamanzi. Melissa Keat.
Walaika Katile. Zoe Kaiser. Siafluma Kala. Bongekile Kumalo. Luandiswa Kumalo.
Quentin Kumalo. Sibusiso Kumalo. Tobile Kumalo. Linati Kilani. Nokonwaba Kilani. Ayabulele class. Tyrolee Clausen. Warthick Kleinschmidt. Komotso Koma. Femke Kunthia. Mishlali Koyana. Congratulations. Lukesta Kriel. Lukesta Kriel. Congratulations. Tina Kwabasi. Kwabasi. On the block. Tina Kwabasini. Congratulations. Asite Kuleni on the block. Asipe Kuleni. Stand on the black mat. Lebokhang Kutumela. Aliyah Lekay. Congratulations on the black mat. Shadlin. Shadlin Lakey. Congratulations. Tamia Lamont. Tamia Lamont. Liabona Landu. Tanika Latachan on the black mat. Tanika Latachan. Congratulations. Danica Lawrence on the black mat. Danica Lawrence. Chloe LaFleur. Congratulations, Karabo Lechoubier. Yes. Karabo Lechoubier. Congratulations, Cameron LeCay. Cameron Lekay. Nonhlanhla Lekuleni. Imtiaz Lenders.
Congratulations. Sina Liolo. Yes.
Sina Liolo.
Congratulations. Kamokelo Letswalo.
Kamokelo Letswalo.
Congratulations.
Jessica Lewis.
Congratulations. Sisipo Lugolwana. Lugogwana.
Sisipo Lugogwana.
Congratulations. Janet Lawrence.
Janet Lawrence.
Congratulations.
Lehakwe Lupindo.
Lehakwe Lupindo.
Lehakwe Lupindo. Zeketelo Lutuli.
Nonso Luya.
Nonso Luyanda.
Neliswa Mabaso.
Neliswa Mabaso. Nompilo Mabaso. Kiabetswe Mabelani. Ashlyn Sauls.
Okay. I think following such a tremendous round of recognition of our graduates' achievements and the thrill of passing through the stage this morning and the joy of our parents, let's give everybody and our graduates a big round of applause. Thank you, everybody. To those who are traveling distances on the roads today, please be safe. To those who are joining us and going to be on campus for a while longer or staying over this evening, please enjoy the rest of the day. It is very much your day, and we hope you make the most of the opportunity to be on campus and be with your parents and your loved ones, families, and friends gathered here. On that note, I want to move to the formal closure of today's ceremonial. By the power vested in me, I hereby dissolve this congregation of the University of the Western Cape. Thank you.
wish and they wish and they wish and they wish and they wishing on me. Yeah. I've been moving calm, don't start no trouble with me. Trying to keep it peaceful is a struggle for me. Don't pull up at 6 a.m. to cuddle with me. You know how I like it when you loving on me. I don't wanna die for them to miss me. Yes, I see the things that they wishing on me. Hope I got some brothers that outlive me. They gon' tell the story was different with me. God's plan, God's plan. I hold back, sometimes I won't, yeah. I feel good, sometimes I don't, hey, no. I finesse down Western Road, hey, next. Might go down to G.O.D., yeah, wait. I go hard on Southside G, yeah, wait. I make sure that Northside eat. And still, bad things. It's a lot of bad things that they wish and they wish and they wish and they wish and they wishing on me. Bad things. It's a lot of bad things that they wish and they wish and they wish and they wish and they wishing on me. Yeah. Hey, hey. I'm sorry, 50 dub, I even got it tatted on me. 81, they'll bring the crashers to the party. And you know me, turn the 02 into the 03, dawg. Without 40 Ollie, there be no me. Imagine if I never met the broskies. God's plan, God's plan. I can't do this on my own, hey, no, hey. Someone watching it close, yep, close. I've been me since Scarlet Road, ayy, road, ayy. Might go down as G.O.D., yeah, wait. I go hard on Southside G, ayy, wait. I make sure that Northside eat, yeah. And still, bad things. It's a lot of bad things that they wishing and wishing and wishing and wishing they wishing on me, yeah. Yeah. Bad things. It's a lot of bad things that they wish and they wish and they wish and they wish and they wishing on me. Yeah.